Please tell me Monday's over. It's got to be Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit like Monday, but it
Okay.
definitely already happened.
Whew. I thought I was stuck in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's definitely like a bad movie, but we're gonna make the most of it because guess what? We're here together and there's a lot of stuff we can talk about, so we can make this day better, bro.
I almost want to believe you. I really do.
Hashtag no bad days.
Ladies and gentlemen, batten down the hatches. We'd like to introduce you to the greatest combat sports show bar none. You are now in the beatdown.
You wanna get beat down?
Let us now introduce you to your host, the Badger, and
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're in the beatdown. Why? Because there's nowhere else you really need to be. So, what's going on, bro?
Hey man, I'm here for it, man. It's Tuesday. Today's gonna be better than yesterday. Thought we had a great show, but I think we got a little bit more to talk about today. I want to say this before we get the day started. National Happy Earthly 420 to everybody that's a real living human being out there, okay? This is a national holiday. It should be a global holiday. And I, my friend, can't wait till we get done here so I can participate in this great day.
National Weed Head Day. Really? This is what we
This
is what we starting off with.
This is how the day starts off bad. Now you chose to take you made that negative. There was nothing negative about what I said, and there you go being a negative Nancy. You just talked about the day, kind of looking like Groundhog Day, and see you setting the stage for it.
National Weed Head Day. This really explains a lot. So yeah, I guess
Love more, bro. Love more.
put your lighters in the air, your bongs, or yeah, exactly. Wow, this is crazy. All right, then. I'm just gonna sit quiet. What you got? He's got weed in that cup.
Man, look, I wish. Listen, I watched the UFC's build-up trailer for the upcoming fight this weekend. I'm excited, bro. And I will tell you this, I'm being optimistic, and this is no cabbage, bro. No cabbage. After looking at Valentina Shevchenko, and you're going to like this. This is going to be right up your alley. Looking at her last performance against Amanda Nunes, bro, when I went back and watched that fight, that could be a very interesting fight at 135 pounds, bro. That could be a very interesting fight at 135 pounds. Mm-hmm. And maybe you knew this already or have forgotten about it or just were waiting for me to catch up. That is a very good, bro. I'm going to watch that fight again because I watched it last time. I'm going to go back and watch it again. Yeah, I don't know if it's the weight cut. I don't know what it is, but boy, that didn't look like the same Amanda Nunes that I see at 145 pounds.
How long ago was the fight?
That was 2000. That was 2016.
She hadn't figured it all out. She was just on the verge of figuring it all out.
Okay.
Valentina's gotten better. Amanda's gotten extremely better, or exceedingly better. I think it would be a good fight. I think it would be an interesting fight. I don't see Valentina standing there and trading with her. Valentina's ground game is extraordinary, so it'd be pretty interesting. I don't think it'd be a walk in the park. I think it'd be better than anybody who's currently in line to fight Amanda Nunes.
Well, yeah, and that's my thing, man. It's almost as if it's a confidence for me, bro, as the young kids say. When I listen to that woman talk and the way she kind of looks at Amanda Nunes, bro, I just think that I don't think another woman's going to be as confident going there against Amanda Nunes. Unless you're talking about somebody like a Chris Cyborg, and that fight's probably not going to happen. So,
Never.
Bro, from a confidence standpoint, I think that Valentina really feels like she can be the man Nunes. And for me, that is just as important as actually being able to, because I don't think anyone that we've seen recently that has climbed an octagon with her really thought they had a chance, bro, and it showed in the performance.
Right. It's gonna be interesting. I would love to see the fight happen. I would like to see it happen. Just to see.
Well, Jessica Andrade has something to say about that. So
not much.
Not much.
Oh,
whoa! That's what we're doing. See how you see. This is your personality for the day. This is how you gonna be today. So I'm gonna ride this wave with you. So we'll talk about it. Tell us how you really feel, bro.
I'm just saying. I mean, I've seen Jessica Andrade be fortunate in some fights where she's been able to body slam a couple people who were ahead on the cards. I just don't see her doing that with Valentina. I don't see Jessica Andrade winning on the feet or on the mat. That's all. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, she's strong. She's a great fighter, but she's not on Valentina's level. Now, that's why they fight, because on any given day, somebody can upset somebody else. But
I mean,
I just haven't been.
Bro,
I haven't been that impressed with Jessica's game.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess what we're also trying to say is we know who Jessica Andrade is. She's a strong, aggressive fighter. It's not a whole lot of a lot there. Of course, her ground game is going to be good, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but nothing. I mean, she's strong, as we saw against Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're saying, though. I hear you loud and clear, bro.
And Thug Rose dispensed
I
of
keep
her.
going back. What was that?
And Thug Rose dispensed of her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. I think Valentina's that good, man. I kind of want to see that fight. They can make that fight at 135, bro. I want to see it.
Yeah, I'd pay for it.
4 years. Yeah, and listen, in both fights, Nunes got the decision. She never stopped her in either one of the fights. So, and this is another thing. That's what I'm saying about the confidence. She's not afraid of the actual confrontation. That is big, bro. That is big, because as we saw in her last fight with Megan Anderson, when that door closed and it locked, it didn't. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you're right. It's true confidence. It's not false confidence. It's not.
Yes.
It's not going to leave when it's just you, her, and the ref in the octagon. It's going to be
right.
You know. So I mean, Valentina's been through some wars, man. So I like that fight. I like it.
And hopefully they can hashtag watch the pod and take in some of that, bro. We need that.
Yeah.
Definitely need that. So now for the women's fight that you do care about, bro.
I care about that.
Man, listen. You don't care about Valentina and Jessica. You really don't. You just saying it now because I done backed you in the corner. You don't care about that fight. The fight you want to see is Zhang Weili against Thug Rose. That is the fight you care about.
Yeah, you're right. I do care about that one. I care about everybody. Peace, love, and happiness.
Oh, see what's going on? What's happening right now, bro?
It's 420 day. Happy 420 day.
There you go.
Kumbaya, light it up. That's an interesting story about that too, but I'll let it go. I do want to see that Zhang Weili Thug Rose fight. Oh my goodness, listen, to me that's the price of admission right there. That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good. Now I hope nobody goes out there and gets knocked out early, because then I'll be mad. But
because it could happen, right?
Yeah,
it could happen, bro. So I know yesterday. We were talking. I said, bro, I like Zhang Weili. I like her personality. I like how she approaches this. So I thought about what I said off air, and I don't know if you thought of it. And I was like, well, dang, before you said stop killing our children, I was thinking to myself, man, like I wonder if, because I don't speak Chinese or any dialect of Chinese before I sound ignorant. I don't know what version Wei Ling speaks. It doesn't matter. When I said that, I was saying that because I've watched her enough, and I read the subtitles, people. I don't understand what she's saying. I read the subtitles. That's where I get it from. Somebody mentioned it. She was like, well, how you getting to know her? So she doesn't even speak English. And I was like, damn, you're right, bro. That's crazy. So I want to clear it up. But yes,
Because he was high. That's what happened. He got high, and he could understand. Man, he had a strain from China that he was smoking, and it just opened it up to him.
You done, bro?
Made sense to you, didn't it?
Man.
Made sense
No, it's not how that works. It's not how that works. Anyway, so I watched the thing yesterday, bro. And you know what it is? It's the fact that she does not pretend that she feels like these women are on her level, bro. When she talks about the discipline, this is the typical, the stereotypical Euro-Asia-centric thing we have where we just fight these people just so disciplined, right? But when she talks, bro, she talks about each woman in the division, bro. Every last one of them. Their strengths, their weaknesses, and the things that she's a pure student of the game, bro. Like, you can tell that she loves this on another level. And I think that's dope.
Yeah. She loves being a fighter first and then being a champion even more. But she first loved being a fighter. And that speaks volumes of somebody because she's a student of the game. And you can study all you want, but she has the will and the desire to impose her education on you in the ring, in the octagon.
The application of information, right? But bro, another thing I learned watching that piece was, China, they for the most part, they don't embrace combat sports in the way that Japan does, or some of the other Asian countries when it comes to like MMA and boxing, right? Her becoming the champion, bro, it has opened up so much for her, bro. I was happy to see that part of her story too. And then, with some of the human rights violations that have been, alleged or that actually go on in China, bro, it's good to see things like that because she's becoming a really, really popular figure over there, bro.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty amazing. I mean, I've been watching her for a little while. She's pretty amazing to see her development, where she came from to where she is now, and her mindset. She doesn't have the elitist mindset. China, like Russia, had sports machines. I don't know if you might be too young to remember the sports machines.
Remember Icarus? Remember Icarus, the documentary about the Olympic team, bro? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, man, but to watch it from an American standpoint, how Russia in boxing and weightlifting, certain sports, China in gymnastics, figure skating, they would just show up at the Olympics and the Pan Am Games and sometimes at the Worlds, and they would just show up and they would be uniformity from the time you saw them get off the plane, off the bus. There was no difference, and you could tell it was very stern. And then you find out that these structured. No, I'm not even gonna say structured. I'm gonna say stern. I mean, these athletes were afraid to fail. I mean, it wasn't that they didn't want to lose. They were afraid to fail,
right?
Because they were plucked from their families at 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah,
and they were put into these groups, and that's what they did. That's all they knew.
Yeah.
So now to see a fighter like Zhang Weili come in who just loves the sport, I feel fortunate to be old enough to see the difference now. And it's pretty amazing. And the fact that the country is embracing her because of her success, her earned success. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
So now for the part that you missed, I know you're gonna go back and watch after I get done telling you how great it was, bro.
There we go. All right.
Thug Rose put on a shadow boxing exhibition, bro. Bro, and to hear Trevor Whitman talk about her boxing ability, it sounded like he watched the hashtag Watch the Pod yesterday, bro, because he all but said that he thinks she'd be a world champion boxer. That's what she wanted to do. Like, and when you watch her, bro, it's cool to see, man. I'm telling you, it was like poetry in motion, man. This is a great fight all the way around. Both of these women have definitely earned it. They've both been through adversity, and now they're here in Styles make fights. This is gonna be, bro, you said it when it was announced, this could be the fight of the night. Like this could really be the one that steals the show. Because I know for you a little bit more so than me. Like the other two fights they're competitive, but there's someone that should pretty clearly win the fight. So yeah, I think this fight gives you more of a true 50-50 element feel.
Well, when you look at Rose and you look at her striking ability, Waylay's toughness can nullify a lot of that because she's not going to land more punches than most fighters. Hers are effective, but you're dealing with a boxer now who's inside the octagon. So the punches you would have landed on most people, you're going to land half that on Rose. And you're going to eat a lot more punches. So I look for Waylay to tie her up. I look for Waylay to take her down, to try to use more elbows, because she knows going in. There's one thing, like we've seen John Jones see somebody's strong point and take it away by using their weapon against them. You're not going to use boxing against Rose. That's one of the things that you're confident it's not going to happen, that somebody's going to use boxing against her. They may use striking, coming at her from different angles, from the clinch, from going in on a single and sweeping through and coming up with a hook or an elbow. You may catch her that way, but you're not just going to stand and trade with Rose and win a fight. That's my opinion. So that's why I'm anxious to see just the game plan that John Waylay has.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, bro. So I'm not going to try to. But yeah, styles make fights, basically, is what you're saying. And, I just think so highly of Rose's ability. Even watching her on the ground and stuff, man. And like you said, Waylay, I mean, she's
tough.
I don't know if I don't know if you can break her. I don't know if you can deter her.
She's tough. I've seen her take a beating and just come through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And she's sudden too. She's quick. She's a little, she's a little twitchy. I like that about her too.
That was always my element of surprise in boxing or wrestling, because I look kind of passive coming into the fight, but I learned how to throw sudden jabs. I learned that as a kid, how to be sudden. I didn't understand what I was doing, but I just went by instinct. And most people have to mentally get themselves prepared to fight you. I mean, even if they decide on the bus, I'm going to beat them up when I get to school, you can say all you want. But there's a split second when the fight starts where the other person is really talking themselves into it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's usually where I got to jump on somebody. Because while you're thinking about it, let me get this jab for inspiration.
Usually most fights are slow starting because most fights usually occur when one person is the aggressor. So the other person, like you said, is dealing with fight or flight, and then, okay, if I'm going to fight, okay, now what am I, and all that has to happen in a matter of, like you said, a split second or a second. Very rarely do you get two people that genuinely want to fight each other. And when you do, the fight just starts. And people are like, whoa, what's going on? Because they're already fighting. There was not a lot of decisions to be made. The energy was felt. It was mashed. Boom. It happened. It combusted. And that's what it was. So, yeah, I agree with you there. Suddenness is, and that's something that can't be taught. It almost has to be, like you said, it has to kind of be in you a little bit.
I hated to wrestle somebody who had sudden movement. I hated it because, like I said, that was my game. Was sudden, and then once I started moving, you just kept continual motion. The other person really, it took them, sometimes it was too much for them to catch up to where you are to think about what they wanted to implement. Now, if you just walked around plotting, that was one thing, but if you walked around plotting and then bam, you were in on a single or a double, or all of a sudden he's like, oh my goodness, he got my arms locked up, what's going? That's what I love about suddenness. It works in football. It, believe it or not, works in basketball as well.
Oh yeah. In any sport that requires physical contact, you need that.
When people are like, "Well, how did that big man turn and get to the hole that fast?" He
Yeah.
had it made up in his mind that when he got the ball, he was going to turn and hook you with his elbow. He was going straight to the basket. That's Sutton. Now, Quick sometimes can catch up to Sutton, but Sutton usually catches Quick off guard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just keep thinking because
That's true though.
that was something you can't. It's hard to coach somebody in Sutton. They have to understand it for themselves, and once they get it, it's like, oh, now you can coach it.
I mean, we see it in all sports though. We see the guys that are thinkers, the guys that learned the skill and they were able to apply it. And then you got the guys that were just natural. They just did it. And those are the guys that more often than not tend to just be special.
Right. Like,
Yeah, so yeah, I get it, bro. It makes perfect sense to me.
whether you like him or not, Warren Sapp, Sutton, from college all the way through. So, and he was quick,
Bro.
but that's
Listen.
yes.
And we ain't gonna get off into this discussion. I know you're gonna, this is right in your wheelhouse, but bro, Warren Sapp, quiet as kept, maybe one of like the top 5 to 10 defensive players of all time.
As much as I
Warren
love
Sapp
defense, he's in the top 5, bro. He's in the top
Warren
5.
Sapp. You need to start talking about Warren Sapp like you talk about Lawrence Taylor. Like he's in that. Look, Warren Sapp, and he was always a problem from the day he started at University of Miami until the day he left. He was always a problem. Glad you brought it up, bro. That was pretty dope. But yeah, you gotta give Warren Sapp his flowers, man. Central Florida or Papa.
People keep
Orlando.
talking about Aaron Donald, and Aaron is a phenomenal defensive lineman. But Sapp just had that thing.
You know what it is, bro? We are comparing Aaron Donald to something that we've seen before. We had never seen anything like Warren Sapp before, so it was kind of the first time we actually, saw that, right? Because before Warren Sapp, it was the big pluggers, it was the big heavy guys in the middle. Warren Sapp brought in a very athletic D tackle. We hadn't seen that before. Him and John Randall were different. They were, in a way, kind of undersized. Maybe, I don't want to say undersized. John Randall definitely was undersized, but Warren Sapp, the build wasn't there. He wasn't the Tony Siragusa. He wasn't the Sam Adams. He wasn't the Gilbert Brown. He wasn't just a big plugger. This guy, like you said, he was sudden, he was quick, and he was a disruption, bro.
Yeah, there were a few people that popped into my head. Fred Dreyer used to play Hunter, but he was taller, but he had that same. And Deacon Jones, but Deacon Jones played defensive end most of his career.
And Deke was tall.
And Deke was taller, yeah. But he had that same, oh my gosh, he had that same motor.
Side note, I fanned out when I met Deacon Jones. Quick story, bro. 2003, we were playing TCU out in Fort Worth. And we were in a hotel in Arlington where we were staying at. And I don't know what was going on, but all I remember was me and two of my homeboys, Chushi, and I forgot the other teammate that was with us. We were late to a team meeting and we were getting on the elevator. We get on the elevator, it's 3 of us, young college football players, and the elevator stops. So we were like, man, we trying to get to the meeting because we late. The door opens and Deacon Jones walks in.
Meeting what?
It was like we all kind of froze because we all instantly recognized who he was, but it was like, and he looked at us, he was like, how y'all doing? And we was like,
Yeah.
good, Mr. Jones, how you doing?
Yeah.
And, in that quick 10-second elevator ride, we kind of warmed up real quick. Bro, the man shook my hand, bro. His hand wrapped, like, it was almost like I was a child. My hand was so small in his hand. It was, and the man's hands felt like, they kind of felt like Evander Holyfield's hands. They just felt like blocks. They didn't feel like human hands, bro. So of course that's why the helmet slapping was doing, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
Yeah.
But I had to tell that quick story, bro. I definitely fanned out though.
I would have fanned out too, bro. Meeting what? I'd have taken that whooping because hey, can you come to the meeting with us so we can have an excuse for being late?
Bro, Jim Levitt, when we got to the meeting, Coach Levitt didn't even trip out because everybody was talking about him. So I guess other guys had bumped into him in the hotel. So everybody was talking about it. So the meeting didn't even start on time because we always fanning out over Deacon Jones. Side note, we won the game, by the way, so it had nothing to do with us losing focus. Okay, we actually won that game.
Oh, y'all beat TCU.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and that was the day they retired LaDainian Tomlinson's jersey. So that was cool too.
Wow, you spoiled it. Good job, bro. I'm proud of you.
Hey man, do what I can.
It's nothing like spoiling somebody else's big day. I'm just saying.
So you're not any more intrigued by the Kamaru Usman-Jorge Masvidal matchup.
I've been looking at other elements of it.
Okay, here we go.
But not really.
Oh, you faked me on that one. Okay.
I honestly, bro, I know it was a business move, business deal Masvidal made, taking the fight on short notice. By the way, he was in shape. He had been preparing and hoping for a fight for a couple of months. And before he got that call, or he talked Dana into letting him fight Usman last year. So when he fought Usman, it wasn't like he was dry. But he did it so he could get a rematch with it was a whole deal going on there. But I still don't believe he deserves to be next in line. So I want justice to prevail. Speaking of justice prevailing, they're talking about the Derek Chauvin verdict today. I'm sorry, you want to go back to the fight. And your feeling on it?
Bro, like, bro, they got me, bro. I'm a sucker, bro. I'm a sucker. I'm buying this. I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid for both of us, bro. I feel like as far as the competition goes that's out there right now, this is probably the only guy at this point that's not afraid and actually feels like he can win the fight. And to his credit, he has a sample size to pull from. He understands the strength. He understands how Usman at least fights in a certain style. Now, with that said, Usman took the fight on short notice too, because it works both ways. It doesn't rain on one side of the football field, on the other side, right? Well, in Florida, maybe.
Yeah, Florida.
So
definitely.
yes, the ball is so the ball is wet for both teams. But because of that, I have to feel honestly that Masvidal has a built-in advantage where other fighters haven't. So because of that, and because and we talk about this too, the false bravado, that's not him. I don't care who he fights, it's never false bravado because he's been a fighter his entire life. And he came up fighting people looking like me and you. So where there could have been some intimidation or maybe there could have been some misinterpretation, no, he's from that. So because of those things, I feel like that deserves at least a 5 to 10% increase in his ability to possibly win the fight. So whereas this would have been an 80-20, 70-30 fight for me now it's looking more like a 60-40 fight for me. And that's all I can ask for because I feel like Usman is just that good. So I feel like Jorge has just as good a chance as Gilbert did, just as good a chance as Kobe did, and just as good a chance as Tyrone did. So that's where I'm at with it.
Well, that's good because Tyrone had no chance. Kobe really had no chance. Gilbert showed out that he really didn't have much of a chance. So,
bro, you're being disingenuous because we didn't know that T Wood didn't have a chance until he did.
Right, exactly.
Right. So yeah. So
but,
that ain't.
When we found out, we knew he didn't have one.
Now, Kobe, we thought we knew who was going to win that fight, and he won it. Gilbert, we were both on the fence because we didn't know. We both was like, yo, hold on, because Gilbert had been rolling. I had personal testimony from Gilbert, so yeah, we were both kind of like, But come on, bro, this fight, man.
Listen, Masvidal had false confidence in the first fight. You could tell by his movement. He was out there.
Well, because he wasn't really prepared for him.
Right.
Okay.
So.
And because I wasn't prepared for you, all you could do was stalemate me. Now we know there was an actual beating that took place within that stalemate, but optics, right, outside looking in, he stalemated him. Joe Schmo on the couch is going to buy the fight, is going to say he stalemated him. All he did was hold him against the cage and stomp his feet. Okay, cool. Because that's what the UFC needs to sell this fight.
Listen, if Usman is ready, this fight ain't going to, there'll be no change in the decision. But Gamebred does have a puncher's chance.
Oh, did you say decision?
No change in the fight. Sorry.
Well, you gonna put it out there now, bro? It's
No
out there
change
now,
in-
big boy. What is it gonna be?
No change in the fight. So as long as Usman doesn't start out the fight by running across trying to take him down and get caught by a flying knee, I don't see the fight.
Shouts out to Ben Askren for getting your ass kicked and taking like a G. I gotta love Ben Askren, man. Such a likable guy. Such a punchable looking guy, by the way, too.
Daniel
But yeah,
Cormier
bro,
said Ben Askren will probably get dad bod of the year.
Does he? So who has the better dad bod, bro? Is it Cormier or is it Ben Askren, bro? I think Ben's hair helps him out a lot, but Daniel's lack of hair helps him out a lot too. They both look like a dad.
Yeah.
So,
they look like they
I don't
jumped
know,
out the
bro.
minivan and came into the octagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
watch the party. Might need to be a
I
poll
think
on the
Ben's
past
is
here.
better because Daniel looks like he could still fight you. It doesn't look like the fight would last long, but it looks like he could still fight you.
But is that because, okay, but follow me here, bro. That is the other 50% of dads. Dads like you and I, right? We got the whole rag top. Well, not rag top. We got to complete all the windows down on this. So, but because of that, we look like if something was to go down, that we probably try to handle ourselves. Being on the underside, he's the other dad that, he doesn't really know how to play catch, but he tries, He has an electric grill, never really used a charcoal before. He's that guy. No less of a dad, but he's just a dad on the other end of the spectrum. So I don't know, bro. I think we should really put this as a poll on our Instagram, bro, to see, because I would like to hear some of the reasons on why the people decide who had a better dad bod. Pause. Okay. Can we do that without like anything weird being put out there? Because we asked who had the better dad bod. Pause.
Hey, you brought this up, so as far as asking the people to chime in on who had the better dad bod.
Oh, there you go. That would have leave me hanging out to dry, bro.
No,
Such a
not at
friend.
all. Not at all. I hand you an umbrella, so.
So what else we got, bro?
The fact that we just sat up here and discussed dad bods just kind of threw me into a. Man, it's been raining like crazy here in Tampa.
Well, we needed it, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you need it. It will be thankful later when it don't start burning and catching on fire. So, good.
Well, I live in the hood, so stuff catches
Bro,
on fire. Usually somebody said it.
The viral video just went viral again because I saw this video before. But Florida man saving his dog from the alligator, bro. I know you've seen that video. What's your thoughts on it? I know you wish you could, but you're not a native Floridian. It's not in your blood. Your dog would have died, of
No,
course.
my dog wouldn't have died. My dog would not
How
have
do you
died.
feel about that, bro?
I applaud
Because it
him.
wouldn't have been over there. You would have kept the dog on the leash.
And not only did he save his dog from the alligator, but he did not drop his cigar. So, yes, that's a G right there. That's a G. That's an
Shouts
old
out
G.
for that guy going viral on 420 because he didn't drop a cigar, bro. That's 420 worthy, bro.
Look, I mean, you got to look at what really counts. Yes, he saved the dog's life. That's very important, but he did not drop his cigar.
And I think it was still lit, bro. Did I still see smoke coming from when he
Yeah.
came out of the water, bro?
Yeah.
Maybe if I did, bro. And side note, because I look at all kinds of things, bro, his shirt was still white.
Yes,
How did that happen?
he didn't bleed. He cut his arm, I think, a little bit, but
Yeah, but I'm talking about he wasn't at the beach. He was in a retention pond from the looks of not even a real lake. That's not for my people that aren't from Florida or don't understand retention ponds, like things that they tell you water views in these new subdivisions, these apartment complexes. Those are ditches that fill with runoff from the street. And it also helps capture rain from your lawn. So it's all kind of toxins and poisons in that water. You don't want to fish in that, and you definitely want to get in that.
and you're dealing with an alligator who's hanging out in there. So,
Right.
yeah. Listen,
But bro, the t-shirt came out white. I'm just still trying to figure out how.
I don't even try to touch on that. Honestly, I don't. Did you see the other viral video? It was actually on the Today Show earlier this
No,
week.
what was that, bro?
About the guy saving his wife and child from the bobcat.
That, bro, I want to say this. That was not Florida.
No.
But that was funny.
Yes.
That was funny on a whole different level. But as a man,
Yes.
I give him his props, bro.
Especially when he was holding the bobcat up, yelling at him, and then flung him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the cat came back the very next day because, bro, he threw the bobcat. The bobcat ran back at him. You didn't see that?
Yeah. But then he pulled out his piece,
the
didn't
cat
he?
came back.
At some point, he pulled out.
He definitely let it be known that he wanted to shoot the bobcat.
Yes.
Many people have not ever wanted to shoot something so bad in their life as he wanted to shoot that bobcat. I want everybody to know out there, I can hear in his voice how bad he really wanted to shoot that bobcat.
Mm-hmm. And you can see at the beginning of the video, the bobcat on the other side of the street walking along, stalking them. And his wife had a pet in a cage or something in a cage. And that's what the bobcat was coming at. But he ran and saved his wife.
Listen,
it should be he should get his birthday treat every day for the next year.
And listen, for people who have never seen a bobcat before, let me let you in on something. And I'm sure my partner can attest this because he's been here long enough. A bobcat is not exactly anything that you will willfully approach. If you've ever seen the biggest house cat you can think of on steroids with a beard and eyebrows
and attitude
and an attitude, and he got boots on his feet, bro, bobcats ain't to be messed with, and they're not friendly, and they don't look like something that you want to pet or cuddle. So give that man his roses for doing that, bro, because that could have got real ugly, bro. Bobcats ain't no joke, man.
No, they're not. They don't take losing easily. So when he flung it and he had to pull his piece out, listen, I'd have emptied 2 clips in him.
Yeah, he really wanted to shoot the cat though, bro. I thought that was the dopest part of the video though. He wanted if everybody knows, hey, I have a gun, I really want to use on this cat. Peter ain't said nothing, bro. I wonder why they so quiet.
First of all, that cat wasn't supposed to be roaming around the neighborhood. But the cat was like, my ancestors were here before yours. So
Okay.
But he didn't shoot the cat, did he? He didn't shoot it.
No, he didn't. He wanted to. He really wanted to.
So now how did it end? I mean,
I saw the same clip you saw. I saw him fling the cat, and I saw the cat running back, and I heard him, emphasizing how bad he wanted to shoot the cat. So yeah, and that was in the video. So I don't know if the cat ran back and then ran back off again or what, but that was all I saw.
Man, she better cherish that husband.
Oh yeah, now listen. I'm pretty sure he was handsomely rewarded that night for his deeds.
Hey, that night, I'm pulling out a calendar. Look.
Oh man, all right. Okay.
I saved your life. Yeah. I need to get this for a year.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on.
And then again, he probably looked at it and said, "That's all you gonna give me?" And I risked my life for you. I'm just saying, not everybody is as polished as you, bro.
I don't know what that means, bro. But yeah, that's.
So I just wanted to let you know that a close friend of mine, at one point did not fire up the cabbage, but they used to put it. They used to put the cabbage in tea bags.
Okay.
And they got as much or more of an effect from it in tea bags than they did from lighting it, and they could reuse it.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything that you can ingest is definitely gonna, Oh yeah, I can believe that.
I had
the good thing about the combustion is you can almost kind of control how high you get. When you start drinking and eating it, you don't know how it's gonna hit you until it's in your bloodstream, and sometimes that can lead to some very funny moments for people. But yeah,
I had a coworker that used to bring a gallon of it to work. Everybody
with the THC in it?
Yeah. Everybody thought that he was drinking drinking tea. He would put honey and lemon.
Yeah.
And and then that's what he would drink all day long.
Who knew?
You didn't think about that, huh? Glad I didn't tell you that.
About it, bro.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't have to because we're gonna take over this podcast, so I get to just do it right in the privacy of my own place. It don't even matter. So it's all good.
Okay. Well, yeah. Happy 420 day.
Yeah, you run out of things to talk about. We almost up against it anyway, bro. Is there anything else you got?
Listen, I am very, 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 very excited about the Usman fight. I honestly believe Usman's gonna we're gonna see another dimension to Usman's game. I don't know if he's gonna have to use it, but I believe we're gonna see another dimension with him working with Trevor, and it's gonna stalemate Gamebred, and Gamebred's gonna have to resort to going into Usman's wheelhouse to try to get a victory.
Bro, I don't want to steal your thunder on that, but here's something I think something that other people haven't quite thought about yet. This will be Usman's father's first time watching his son fight in person.
He's out?
Yes. That's part of the reason why Usman took this fight on this date, because it was going to be the first live date with fans. So his dad would be able to come and actually watch him fight for the first time. So you might be right. He might turn into Usman 2.0 out there and watch this dude because his pop's there now. You know how much that means to him, how prideful he is about his dad and all those beautiful things though about black fatherhood, bro. So we'll talk about it on the
Jacksonville, stand up. Saturday's gonna be lit, bro.
Hey, man, Kissimmee and Orlando stand up top rank will be in Kissimmee third this Saturday as well. We'll get to see Edgar Berlanga try to chase that knockout streak, keep it going. We'll also get to see Navarrete against Diaz, a great fight in the making. And we're going to talk about that on Thursday because we may have somebody knows a lot about boxing. Maybe they might show up, man. Anyway, you got to just tune in to hashtag watch the pod to find out for yourself.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Bro,
Florida wins again, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to put it out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Bro, you should reach out to Triller and get Triller to come to Tampa and do a show from Tampa, because tomorrow night on the Running Gun podcast, Penalty Talk, one of the hosts of that show is going to step out and challenge Jake Paul. They have actually been thinking about it, and they put a plan together, and they want to step out and challenge Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, what's the challenge going to be in?
In a boxing match.
Like
gloves,
fight?
Ring, fight, yes.
Huh, okay.
So they want to know if he's just handpicking his celebrity opponents, or will he take a fight from a novice who's also in the podcast industry?
I mean, that probably could have been a thing maybe like 2 years ago, but he's definitely chasing the checks now. So he's only going to fight people that either can legitimize him as a fighter, or someone that has a public figure persona that is just as big as his. Those are the only options that I see him. I don't see him fight, because he's not going to fight a real boxer unless. Yeah, I don't think he's going to fight. I don't think he can fight a real boxer in his weight class, amateur or pro. I think there's some amateur kids at his size that will probably piece him up real good. So these will continue to be retreads or guys with limited skill sets like a Ben Askren. He'll keep trying to do that thing. He'll also go after people that, like I said, there's a celebrity out there in another sport that doesn't have a combat sports background that wants to challenge him. I think he'll do more of that. Maybe a rapper or some other entertainer that, may have a very positive physical persona. Somebody people perceive as a tough guy. Maybe he fight one of those guys, but no one with a boxing background or pedigree,
right, amateur
or pro, will he get in the ring with.
No.
Even though he spars with professionals, I don't think he's going to get into a fight with a professional boxer. I don't see that.
No, but the sad thing is the fight with Ben Askren almost legitimized him for the layman, the casual fan.
Almost. If Ben had looked so bad, yeah.
I am trying to talk to my wife's cousin, the freak Javon Curse, to see if Javon would challenge him.
He wouldn't fight Javon just because Javon's too big. Yeah, that would be a bad matchup.
Awful.
because it's just kind of like when they say a good big man beats a good little man. Yeah. I'm not saying that Javon is a good boxer, even though it's how, and I'm not calling Jake Paul a good boxer in regards to, him not being a professional. He's a good gym guy. But Javon Curse, who, at the age that he's at now, at whatever capacity he's operating at now, would destroy most guys that are not his size in a boxing match. It's too much.
He's got a similar stature, but a little bit bigger than Deontay Wilder.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he's stronger than Wilder because he's been a football player. So his strength is different. Now, will he be able to coordinate that into a punch? That's something different. But just strength, it's off the charts. Not even close. So, yeah, no, that would never happen.
Paul came in at what, 205? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why don't you fight him?
Yeah, my persona's not big enough.
We can work on that. I mean, your ego is. So if we can get your persona to your ego.
Look at you.
We got this.
You. Such a bad friend. Such a bad friend.
I'm trying to help you.
Don't know about that, bro.
You're like the Mr. Tia podcast. I'm sure we get you in there.
Minus the money and the gold. That's exactly who I am. No, I'm nothing like Mr. T because we're still here. We ain't got a bunch of assistants doing stuff for us yet, but soon come. Soon come. We up against it, man. What we got?
Hey, enjoy your day, everybody. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to Audrey, who's home now. Thank God. Shout out to my daughter, who's just growing in amazing ways. But I know my partner understands that, so I'm going to say it. Hopefully he won't get upset, and if he does, well, he's far enough away. I ain't got to worry about it. Shout out to Fancy Mac. And again, for those of you who indulge and imbibe, you probably won't remember this day, but happy 420 day.
Yeah. We appreciate that, bro. From our community to yours, we appreciate that, man. Thank you for acknowledging this day.
That's why I don't eat brownies from my friends on 420 day. Sorry, go ahead.
There you go. Probably should, bro. You'd be so much more pleasant. Listen, that does it for us today, man. We want to appreciate everybody for rocking with us today, man. Fighters Nation, we appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all tap in with your people, man. It's a rainy day, but it's a 420 day, and everybody might not be happy. So, hey, if you can spread a little joy today and a little green or a little dab, whatever you do, tap in with your people, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow on our more refined show. We won't talk about more THC. We'll talk about more stuff like combat sports. So until then, we'll see y'all. Fighters Nation, we out here. Peace.